The secret press release guide to help businesses get known. Okay, so you're working on getting your business known. I mean, you're on social media, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're doing all these things, but did you know a single news article, a single news report can explode your business? And in this video I'm going to show you how to get those press releases, how to get those articles written about your business, and we're starting right now. Hey, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down there, smash that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button, and the most important one, after you've done those two, you got to do those two first, is ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live. That bell won't appear until you hit the subscribe button, so if that subscribe button is still red, you need to click it and you'll see the bell, then you can turn on all notifications. Okay, so in this video you're going to know how to get famous. I guess you're going to know how to build up your business by using press out there, by using other people's platforms, and it's not going to cost you money. Okay, so what is a press release anyhow? A press release is basically a statement about your business, talking about something that happens. Now a lot of times you can send out press releases and just based on the press release the news outlet will print that, okay, and they'll do that, but sometimes you're gonna have to talk to them. Maybe you're gonna have to be interviewed by them. Maybe they're gonna want to ask you some questions. Now keep in mind, reporters are always trying to get their stuff read, so they're always on the lookout for something that's interesting, something that emotionally people can connect with, something that's timely to what's going on now. I know when the illness hit, I was contacted by Shark Tank, which was pretty interesting. I never did do the show, but I was contacted by them because we sell survival food and it was a timely thing. They were out there looking for people who had interesting products for their show. Now having a press release for your business is just another tool. It's another tool that you could use to grow your brand and become more out there to the public so they can see you and they can see what's going on. So it's a great tool to have. If you haven't done it before, you need to go through this entire video, and even if you have done it before, you want to go through the entire video anyhow, because it has some pointers even for people who are experts at this. Now keep in mind also, a press release lets you control your story. If you don't control your story and somebody can just write a story about your business and they don't have any insight as to your business, that may not be a real good thing. So you want to be able to control your story, and the best way is through a press release. Now let's talk about some of the different types of press releases. The first one is breaking news. Okay, so something that's happening right now, a big thing that's going on. When the illness struck the world, you know, of course our survival food was in forefront and people wanted to know about that, and they were calling me and a lot of conversation about that, because that's a breaking news type press release. The next one that I want to talk about is product launches. Maybe you've got a new product that's coming out, maybe it's something new to the market. You could do a press release around that. The next one that you may see are mergers and acquisitions. Maybe you're partnering up with somebody, maybe you've merged with somebody, maybe you acquired somebody else. That's another great type of press release. The next could be a product update. Maybe you've changed your product. I know we're changing our labels on our canned foods, and we're probably going to do a product update on that one. Maybe it's an event you're having. Maybe you're inviting a whole bunch of people over. You have a new restaurant that's opening up, you have a new hair salon, whatever it is, it's an event that you can invite people over and they can share in that event. And the next one could be rebranding. Maybe you're rebranding stuff. So when we change our labels, we're probably gonna not really rebrand it, but we're gonna relabel it, and it's gonna look a little bit different, and that's gonna be a big announcement for us. Next thing you could look at is maybe there's executive promotions within your business. Somebody got promoted to a bigger position, or maybe your company was awarded something. Okay, maybe you won some type of award. I know a couple years ago we had the ClickBank Platinum Award for being a ClickBank Platinum seller, so that was a big thing. We didn't really promote it, but we got that award. That's something we could have done a press release about. Now what I'd like to do is go through the 7 steps of writing an effective one, okay, step by step, so you understand what to do. Number 1, find a newsworthy angle. So what you want to do is you want to come up with something that is going to be a good headline, something that's going to be interesting for people, something that that reporter can actually latch onto and say, yeah, this is going to gain people's attention by looking at this headline. And number 2, you guessed it, craft a good headline. Okay, craft a good headline. It should pique somebody's interest. It should make them want to read the article, watch the video, whatever it is. Like on YouTube here, I try to do headlines or titles for the videos that's going to make people want to click. You have to do the same thing for a news article or a press release. Number 3, have an effective subtitle. The subtitle should basically summarize what the actual article is about, what the press release is about. So it should be a short subtitle to that. Number 4, before you even start writing that first paragraph, make sure you have the essential information: the name of your company, your address, your email, your Twitter handle, your Facebook page, all those things. Make sure that is up front so everybody can see that before the article, before the press release even starts. Number 5 is provide supporting information. A good thing to do with this is statistics. Okay, statistics. I know during the illness, I had an article written about me in my college paper. They also did an article online, and it talked about the increase of our sales and the percentage of increase of sales and what we were doing. That data that people saw, they saw these huge increases, was really interesting to them, and it captures people's attention, and it also brings you a lot of credibility. Number 6 is lead into the next steps. Okay, talk about what they want to see next. Talk about what's going to be in that press release. Talk about what's going to be in that article, so that they want to go further and they want to read more, they want to watch more of the information that you just provided. And then number 7, you want to provide a brief boilerplate of your business. A brief boilerplate is basically talking about your business, maybe the history of it, how long it's been around, what they do, who they're associated with, that type of thing. A common practice to put at the bottom of the press release so that we know it ends is 3 hashtags or a --30 --, and this signifies that's the end of that particular press release. Now I'd like to put up on the screen now an example of one. This is Bulletproof. It says Bulletproof releases cold brew line of ready to drink Bulletproof Cafe. Now as you can see here, the number 1 spot is the title, and it's italicized subheading to summarize the news. Okay, and then the number 2 spot there is, like I said, the location where the news is based, the headquarters, that type of thing. And then the number 3 spot is 2 to 3 paragraphs of details, giving all the details about it. And if you notice, number 4 spot is those bulleted facts. Number 5 spot is the company description at the bottom. Number 6, obviously we want to be able to contact them, so that's the contact information. And then number 7, the triple hashtags at the very bottom, which lets you know that that's all over with. Okay, so that is the basis for doing a good press release. Now let's look at, when you send this out, some of the other best practices you should do. Your press release is either going to be for immediate release, or it's going to say hold for release until, and then it's going to have a particular date and time. So those are the 2 things you want to have at the top of your press release, so people understand when this is supposed to come out. Now what I'll do in the description below, because it's kind of hard to take notes off this video, is I'll put a template of what that press release should look like, and you can just copy that. So you'll see it below where it says template. Just go to that, you can copy that and use that for your company. Now you could just send out your press releases to local papers or national papers or news stations if you want. You can also use a search to try to find by putting in the name of the company, the name of the reporter. Do that on Google. But if that doesn't work for you, there are some services you can use. You can use hunter.io, which will help you search for people's email addresses based on a company. It's a great resource. They have a paid and a free program on there also. Now you can also use a distribution service that will send your press releases out for you. Let's check out some of those real quick. There's PR Distribution. You can use e-releases. You can also use Newswire. You can use PR Web. You can also use PR Newswire, and you can also use Cision. Okay, all these companies send your release to journalists based on their specific interest and also publish it on their websites. Each service offers a variety of options, and costs can vary greatly, ranging from $69 to a few $1,000 depending on what you want to spend on your press release. Now if you really want to get out there, you really want to make things happen, you can hire a professional publicist and let them do all of this for you. Now while press releases don't guarantee your success, I can tell you by putting them out there on a regular basis, having a general cadence to doing this, it gets bloggers, it gets news outlets, it gets brands who are writing about your niche aware of you. And right now you may not be that well known. We should probably do that more. We've had a really good year because of the illness, because we own a survival food company. However, that's something we should probably concentrate on and get more involved in ourselves. Now I think one thing is true, and that's that people get overwhelmed with the amount of stuff they have to do. I know I do. I think just about anybody I know that works online gets overwhelmed, because once you learn how to do some of the stuff, you realize there's so many things you can do. The problem is getting paralyzed by that, by saying, hey, there's all these things I can do with a press release, but I don't know which one to do. I don't know which one's going to be best, so I think I'll do none of them. That's a bad way to go about it. The idea is to do some of it, do some of all these things if you possibly can. Sure, you want to get really good at some things. You know, YouTube, I put a lot of effort into. I put a lot of videos there, spend a lot of time on that, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't do anything else. It shouldn't be like, you know, it's YouTube or nothing else. I should do some other things out there, and that's what I concentrate on doing, and that's what you should too. I hope this video has helped you out. Hope you got some good information out of it. If you have any questions, and you very well may, please put that in the comment section below. I would love to hear your comments. Maybe you've had some experiences with press releases and getting articles written about you. I would love to hear about that. Maybe you've had some successes. We all love to hear your successes. Please put those below. I also have a course below. It's a $97 course, absolutely free. You can get it for free for a limited time, so you want to go ahead and grab that now. There's no credit card required or anything like that. You just click and learn. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I do a live video or I upload one just like this. Thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.